We are approximately 7 minutes in. Can I start us?
I thought we already started. That's why I was going into the conference. We haven't started yet?
What's up, everybody? Bad Gamer popping back in. How's it going? How you doing? How you mama? How you daddy? How them kids? How them wives? How them hubbies? How them fur babies? How the heck are you? Welcome to the fact that two of us might be ADHD.
Oh, I'm definitely ADHD.
Now you're gonna have to sub to his Patreon so you can get like the pre-show conversation that he just had that you guys just all missed.
No.
And is not censored in the Patreon version.
Oh, you guys.
On my own terms after dark.
now I have to make that a thing.
Light goes down on my own terms.
And when your Patreon subscriptions go up like 300%, I want to kick back.
I just want to kick cat.
Give him a
I will
break.
accept my kickback and kick cat.
Man, they missed the zucchini conversation. They missed the popcorn conversation.
Oh
man,
Did they miss the Navy base and conversation, kind of?
Oh my gosh. Well, let me tell you, if we start doing that, when we start doing that,
when
we start doing that, those pieces will not be the non-explicit versions probably, because these guys
you can find his Patreon at Only Limbs.
If it's not going to be the uncensored version, then I can give you a preview right now. It's just going to be bleep. Bleep of bleep.
Either way, I'm going to have to. This will be the first edited episode, you guys. Like every other episode that we've ever done, I've not edited.
You don't have to edit. You just have to cut the front part out.
I can't promise I won't say things that won't need to be edited. It won't be on purpose. It'll just happen.
Oh my gosh. Well, I am Bad Gamer Elite, and the silky smooth voice that you hear, not promising anything, is our friend Surf.
Yep.
Silky. That's
he's
stuff. I don't know what to do with that.
He's the one that brings all the
like
moms to the yard for this podcast. Man.
Yeah.
I'm not allowed to have milkshakes anymore.
I said the moms. I didn't say the milkshakes.
Yeah, no, but the moms are coming for the milkshakes. Right?
And then the man with all the comedy, leaving none for anyone else.
Wow, that's a little too much pressure there. Jeez. Holy cow.
Fate Walker is here again, everyone. How you doing, buddy?
Super duper fantastic.
Look, I just for those that have not watched a Fate Walker stream, I just came upon a realization. So he has a puppy that pops into the stream and starts just yapping at him. Right? That's a direct quote. Yes.
Hi, Fate, how you doing? Did you know it's lunchtime? Yes, Fate, I know it's lunchtime. Did you remind them that you should sub with Prime? Yes, I remember them. She's honestly my my producer.
So I'm watching Fate. I want to say it was like late last week. And he turns to her and says, "Yes, Fate, I don't know, like, wait, Fate. Oh my gosh. Fate Walker."
Oh,
because he walks the
one who
dog.
walks Fate.
I had Fate Walker before we had her, but we did name her because I wanted the bad dad pun.
It was so good. Like
but again,
I didn't know
the name is
order.
layered because Faye is my wife, and so Fate's actually name is Fayte. So we have like Fate. Yeah, it's multi-layered. We like to do a lot of multi-layered with our dog naming. Starbucks, another multi-layered dog, because Battlestar Galactica and Iron Druid Chronicles is another
But-
kind of thing that goes off of that.
But surprisingly, not the coffee.
Mm-mm. There's an S. It's not Starbucks. It's Starbucks. And honestly, if you wanted to name your dog after Starbucks, you call them Starbies.
Starbies.
You know, because Starbies is so much cuter. Anyways,
Surf, you got cats.
Honey, I have a cat. Yes.
You have a cat. What-
Yeah. Sorry. I had two. One passed away earlier this year.
I met both
I
of
hadn't
them.
advertised that, so
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
he did. He met both of them. I hadn't told anyone,
Oh.
or I hadn't told anyone online, I should say.
do you have those like really crazy cat names, or do you just have normal cat names?
Neither. The one sitting
Okay.
behind me right now, her name is Gracie.
Okay,
So
that's normal.
yeah, and the other one was Stripes because he was a striped tabby.
Also fairly normal. Like
Also, I didn't
Like-
give either of them their names. These were the names that they came with. I'm just like, I'll just keep them.
because you normally get like Winchester McCatty Scratch or something like that on some of these cats, you know. And the only other thing, the only dog that competes with that are corgis, because corgis end up having some crazy names. Sir Wigglebottom's Scratchy Butt or something, you know. But
We-
cats
we
seem to
had-
have those really crazy names.
My parents had a corgi. It was mixed with something because it had long legs for a corgi, so it didn't have the little short, cute, stubby legs.
Yeah.
The rest of it was corgi, just not the legs. And her name was Asia, just Asia, like the continent.
Huh. So it was the long legs that stopped her from getting the fancy name. Then probably.
Probably. She would have been like Floofy McFloofbutt.
I'm gonna do a selfless plug here. One of my good friends from high school has a corgi. Sir Winston Wigglebottom has his own Instagram.
Shut up,
Yeah.
Sir Winston
you-
Wigglebottom.
Wigglebottom. Yep.
Hold
He's got
on.
himself a nice little corgi floofer butt, and he does his own corgi thing. He loves to run around with the basketball, and he's the cutest little corgi dog ever. But I think almost all corgis are cute.
Sir, I am looking him up
That's because
right
corgis
now.
are cute.
Sir Winston
Wigglebottom.
Wigglebottom. Oh, there he is, Sir Winston, Lady
Yep.
Stella, Monty.
Nope.
That what? No, that's not what he said at all.
Okay, well I know, but
That's
I've got what kind
Sir
of dog is he?
Winston Wigglebottom of Barks a Lot, Floofshire. First of his name, Breaker of Squeakers, Master of Sploots, and Boops.
There are
Here,
on
let me boom.
there
Yeah.
are. Hold on, this is
There,
There you
stop
go.
stop
There's the
searching. Your algorithm is screwed up.
it.
Yep. I don't know what your logarithm's doing there.
Yeah,
It's got 1,300 followers. Nice.
Yeah, dude, like cute dog Instagram stuff is a thing.
wow.
Yeah.
He's. Oh wait, I see him. I see him now. I see him.
Yep.
I got him now.
There you go.
I had to start.
There you go.
I had to start doing more. Followed immediately, guys. Go follow.
Followed.
I have not seen any of your content, Mr. Wigglebottom, but I am here for it all.
You already know. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
The only pet fluencer I ever followed or didn't follow but liked was what was that cat? Dang it.
Grumpy Cat?
Grumpy Cat. Yes, thank you, Grumpy Cat.
Yep.
Grumpy Cat is your aesthetic.
I have a picture. It's in my bathroom actually. It's over the sink of Grumpy Cat, and it's done like a motivational poster, and it's its tagline. Of course, you know I had fun once. It was awful, but yeah, it's in the bathroom. It's framed. Even.
He aspires to be Grumpy Cat.
Hey, I will have you know that my Final Fantasy XI nickname was King Cranky Cat. So I'm like 90% of the way there already. I earned that title too. I didn't give it to myself. I earned it.
Let me just follow this one. Sorry. I have to follow Peggy the hairless pug now.
Oh my goodness.
Because that's the Britain's ugliest dog. That
Oh,
was
yes.
featured in Deadpool.
Yes.
Peggy the Hairless Pup.
Oh, it was Dogpool. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
You guys, we if you haven't
Sidetracked.
noticed, this episode, while
Is
we
sponsored by
it was
Sir Winston Wigglebottom.
Sir Winston Wigglebottom. For all of your cute corgi needs, follow Sir Winston Wigglebottom.
Sir
Instagram.
Winston Wigglebottom. Boop, 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 boop.
Yeah, we're off the rails today, you guys. We might be a bit, but god darn it, I missed these guys. I miss just chatting with them. I enjoy it. And I want to catch up with kind of what we talked about last time, but not really. How them games going?
Hey, you want to start?
God, this last week was crazy with games. Dynasty Warriors came out under the radar. Totally forgot about it. Was super excited for it. Came out. For those that love the Dynasty Warriors brand, or honestly have never tried it, you should give it a shot if you enjoy
Absolutely
hack and slash games. But for those that played it when we were younger and have a little bit of a childhood memory of it, they do a really good job. I feel like every Dynasty Warriors is just retelling of the same Three Kingdoms story.
That's what I thought.
It is.
It pretty much is, and they've done a pretty good job of making this one even different, because you are now, it's almost as if the protagonist that you are is sort of the reader of the book, is the vibe I'm getting from it. So it's not like you don't play as, you might be able to play as those characters. I haven't gotten that far yet, but you don't play as each of those characters experience their story. You play as someone who is watching them go through their story.
Oh wow.
Which is really cool because you get a lot of flexibility of the different weapons and stuff you can use.
Yeah.
Really good. If it wasn't for the other games I'm about to mention, I would probably be neck deep in Dynasty Warriors. But Aloft just came out, cozy survival game, really freaking good. Drop in, drop out with friends. Every time you start a new game, the world's procedurally generated, so you will have non-stop craziness on just going around and exploring. You go and you find yourself an island, like it's a basic survival game. You go and explore stuff, but you go and find yourself an island. The flights are pretty good, almost. I wouldn't say on par to Wuthering Waves flying, but getting kind of close. But you go find yourself an island. You put some sails down. You put a steering ship, and all of a sudden that island is now your airship. And you go to other islands and keep on exploring. Yep.
What?
You commandeer an island and you make it your own airship in your own little environment, and you grow and grab animals, and you put animals on the island, and you do a little animal husbandry, and you plant stuff, and got some farming, and then you go off and exploring, and you go protect the other islands, make them uncorrupted, and yeah.
That's crazy sauce.
Really great. Update, people can be in the game at the same time, and your island that you build up, you can bring to any other game, as long as it's allowed by that player.
So you could do this. You could solo play this game if you wanted to.
Yes, very much an okay solo play.
Wow.
So, and then Wuthering Waves 2.0 dropped. Freaking fantastic. They hit it out of the park. Honestly, I don't know how other gacha games are going to keep up, and I'm honestly not sure how they're going to top themselves. The new character they released was amazing. I'm not rolling on the next character, but the next character definitely up. Limbs Alley. And then I think we're going to have a whole section on Marvel Rivals, which we can talk about later. But those are like the four. And then Once Human just brought out Luna Oracle. It's got Hell Tides vibe from Diablo. So if anyone's like big into the Hell Tides when it was first introduced, it's got that kind of vibe to it. Very, very good. And then I'm also doing some stuff offline, testing some redacted things. So that's where I'm at. All right, Surf, your turn.
Redacted.
So my list hasn't really changed very much since the last time we talked about it, so I won't go into too much. I will say I fell off of Honkai Star Rail because we talked about it a bit last time.
Yeah.
I did come back to play for the patch. I think it's 3.0. But honestly, I don't know. It hasn't recaptured anything. I should like it. I love the Greco-Roman aesthetic, but it just hasn't clicked with me. I did pull on the new character. Yeah. Well, I shouldn't be telling you this. You're still back playing with bananas right now. For anyone who doesn't play Honkai Star Rails, that's an actual true statement.
It is.
I pulled on Herda. I ended up getting Herda from the gacha mechanics, but honestly, I don't know. I might be dropping Honkai here soon. I do have one new game. It came out literally today, actually, the day of recording. It's called Jotun Slayer: Hordes of Hell. It's a survivors-like game, Vampire Survivor.
Oh yeah.
But as you can tell from the name, it's a very Nordic style one, very God of War kind of thing. It's very good. The graphics are pretty. It flows really well. It's still in early access, so give or take. But I love the Survivor games, and this is the one that I'm going with right now. And then I also, it isn't out yet, but I'm going to re-up my my interest in it. The Yakuza game comes out next month.
Ooh.
Like a Dragon, something Hawaii. You can
It's the pirate
drive
one.
a galleon. Yeah, it's the pirate one. You control a galleon, and they had some gameplay previews recently where you can put flamethrowers on your wooden galleon and do broadsides with flamethrowers. So
Okay, but the question is, does it interact like you would think?
Like, will it light my own boat on fire?
Yes.
I hope it does, honestly, because that's the kind of craziness that Yakuza goes for. I'm also going to throw this out there because I believe BG has played this before. I believe the game Beyond Blue is getting a sequel.
Is it really?
It's coming out. Don't quote me on this. It might be VR only, so that might limit because I don't think you have a Quest or anything.
I have a Quest too.
Well, then you might be able to play it. I think it's called Beyond Blue After the Storm. For people who aren't familiar with it, it is a diving game. There's not really any risk to it. It's not like Subnautica. You're not going to get killed by a shark or an ancient evil horror or anything like that. That said, if you do have a fear of the ocean, it will trigger that like nobody's business.
Yeah. Beyond Blue is very realistic. Aside from, we'll just say that, all of the things that might want to eat you are already well fed and they're full, so they won't come at you.
There's nothing quite like diving in that game, doing a night dive and coming across the sperm whales that are just sleeping.
Yes.
I know I'm not in danger here, but my God, this is scary as all get out right now.
Yeah.
I got goosebumps and I need to get out of here right now.
I don't want to wake up something this big. Startle them awake.
And they do it accurately. So if you've never seen any whale sleep, but a sperm whale in particular, they sleep vertically. So they're up and down, which looks weird when you're used to seeing all whales going like side to side, horizontal.
I mean, it's what we do. We move around vertical and then sleep horizontal.
Mm-hmm. And from their perspective, we look really weird.
Yeah.
Also probably tasty. So yeah, that's it. No other changes. I'm still playing some Final Fantasy 14, still playing a couple other games here and there. Fade, I think it was you. You said you used to play Final Fantasy and then your housing got destroyed and you lost all your stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, so I was talking with a friend about it. That not that I'm trying to get you back into the game or anything, but that housing stuff should be in the housing storage. Still, it should have dumped it all in there, but it doesn't tell you that.
It's there for like another 3 months as long as you go back and claim it or whatever, talk to the butler or whatever. Ours is gone because we took like a year hiatus.
That's weird. It shouldn't get rid of the items, but anyway, we had this conversation last time. We don't need to drag it up again.
Yeah, no, we if they had a way to get it all back, that'd be great. I'd probably pick it back up and jump on Machinist and play some more. But yeah, also, Monster Hunter Wilds comes out next month. Oh
yeah, that's true.
I'm not ready.
Nobody's ready.
I mean,
there's going to be two stress tests, right? As well.
I'm sure they'll do a stress test, and I get to play. And they've changed the new Insect Glaive, so the Insect Glaive gets its bounce back again, even though it's the most inefficient way to DPS with the Insect Glaive. It is where I live because I love the whole thought process of having this Insect Glaive and being this really annoying gnat that flies around the monster as an Insect Glaive was a great concept for me. I love aerial Insect Glaive, been playing it since Generation. So, dude, I am so stoked for Wilds. I think I might be taking a few days off on release of Wilds. My vacations from work are now just like when's the next big release that I just want to stream a whole bunch for and get it out of my system so I'm not thinking about it while I'm at work.
That's pretty smart, actually.
Yeah, because I'm just more productive if I give myself like a full week after a release of a major video game, and I did it with WoWA, right? Got through all of WoWA before, so I'm not just thinking about it while I'm at work and jonesing for it.
That's pretty good. That's not a bad idea. Dang.
And you feel really good, and then you get stuff complete, and you feel really good about it because it's a staycation, and you've already got the game done, and it's good. It's good. You've eaten a whole bunch of pizza that you've got off the side. It's like back when you're in high school, back when you're in college, and you're just sitting there in your dorm room playing Majora's Mask or whatever, and just gaming it out, and getting it out of your system.
If you're in college and you're doing pizza, please be careful. And make sure to monitor your microwave. I will not give further context for this statement.
Yeah. What about you, BG? What have you been doing?
I have this rotation now. And it's not good for games that I want to try. Or games that I want to continue to play. Like, oh, I started this and I really had a good time with it, but I have these other things to do.
Yep.
It's not to the point where the games I am playing are a job or a chore. It's just that I am really into them and I really want to get more out of them. So, when I wake up in the morning, first thing I do is I check all 3 of my Scrooge stores in Disney Dreamlight Valley. Because I may or may not be streaming them, and I may or may not fall asleep when I get home from work before I can check it, and I don't want to miss the potential to have something new. I haven't gotten anything new in forever, but I don't want to miss the potential. And then I also will stream a game on the channel, and that rotation has been Infinity Nikki, Disney Dreamlight Valley, some other very cozy game. I believe this past week it was Lottleknot, which was fun. At first, first time I played it, I was frustrated. I was running out of air. It's cozy Subnautica. And I really, once I got the hang of it, I enjoyed it. I didn't realize once you clean up one of the coral pieces, it actually will shoot up air bubbles that you can collect and refill your oxygen tank. So I was running all the way back to my home base to get more air. And then I happened to run into a bubble and I didn't die. I was like, oh, so I started cleaning those up more. And then it's a lot of fun. I may play it on the Steam Deck. A lot of these games that I jump in and I might not finish, I've loaded onto the Steam Deck so I can continue to play them a little bit here and there. Infinity Nikki, I've been playing that. I still have a Fortnite Battle Pass because I like to get the skins so I can do photos and do gametography in there. And I committed to not buying new skins. Because the outfits were just, it was getting to be too much. Like they would have good ones and I didn't really need it, but it really intrigued me. I said, I'm going to get emotes. I will get emotes and I'll get wraps because emotes will help me get the poses for the gametography that I'm trying to do.
That's fair.
That lasted like 4 days.
I'm impressed.
No. And you bought more skins.
It lasted that long.
Because this adorable girly pop little demon girl came out and I was like, she's so cute.
Hatsukane Miku?
Hatsune
Miku?
Oh, no. She's in the festival pass. But when your squad gets surrounded by a squad of Mikus, yes, that is an adorable demon girl ready to kill you.
I very much was not buying any more skins until the Lego stuff came out, and I'm really glad that the Lego stuff didn't hit me as well as it could have.
Yeah.
And it was too grindy, and because if it had hit me better, I would probably have bought more skins. I'm really glad that it hadn't. But I run my one skin. I run a stormtrooper because I have potato aim. I like to be a stormtrooper, and I run the cardboard weapon skins, right? Because you can't get mad at me for being bad at the game when I have cardboard weapons as a stormtrooper.
Sir, I think you underestimate the toxicity of Fortnite.
Well, I haven't
They
been
can just
playing.
talk as they want. I'm like, I'm a stormtrooper. Like, what do you want from me?
I haven't been playing a lot of Battle Royale. It's been mostly festival, racing. Some of the they actually have some RPG style creative maps, and then they have these tycoon maps. I farm my XP on this one tycoon map. I am not saying which one it is, but I farm my XP on a tycoon map. If you want to know, join the Patreon. If the boys were harping on us for Patreon, but it is, it has been a godsend because a friend of mine was selling his PlayStation Portal over Christmas. And I was like, well, how much you selling it for? He said, well, let me look at what it's going for. I don't know. Did I tell this story last time? I don't remember telling this.
I don't remember. No, I don't remember the story.
And he said, well, it's got a case. It's got some extra headphones that I've never used. It's got, the charging base. Let's say $150. And I said, hear me out. Hear me out. You want $150 so that you can go and buy some stuff for your stream and for yourself on Amazon. Mm-hmm. My part-time job gives me a gift card every year for Amazon. Now, it is over $150. What if I buy all that stuff?
Doing a little wheeling and dealing. Okay.
$150.
Yeah.
That's what you're gonna spend it on anyway. He says, I said, worst case scenario, you don't spend it on Christmas presents for the grandbaby because I don't know when I'm getting it. We haven't set up a time for me to go pick it up. But what do you think? He said, well, let me go ask my wife. I said, okay.
Please, wife, please.
And she said to him, that's not mine. I don't care.
Okay, yeah.
So we did the deal, and so now I can grind my AFK map for my XP.
Oh man!
At work, I just stand on this one spot, rubber band my gun, rubber band my trigger down, and I get through the battle pass. And because I am a crew member, a Fortnite crew. If you're a crew member, you get all the passes. So the Lego pass, the festival pass, the any of the passes that they have. As long as you're getting XP, you're going through them. So that's how I'm getting the majority of my skins and wraps and stuff like that. So so I'm working on Fortnite battle passes, working on in air quotes. Also working on my Overwatch battle pass. I play that almost every night. I have a couple of friends that I play that with almost every night. I don't like who I am when I play it.
Yep. No.
But it's the
definitely.
Did I not say toxicity?
Yeah.
But toxic PG.
You're not playing it with the right people.
No, I am playing it with the right people. It does not matter because they actually keep me mellower than I would be.
You need to play it with Panda.
I know.
I play it with bots.
See, that's one way to do it.
That's my way of doing it.
But I
People suck.
what I have found though, and I just had this discussion with some of my students today. I was like, because a couple of them know how ragey I am when I play that game.
Oh no.
When I play with people that I don't know, when I'm playing with randos, and I actually go into voice chat. I am the, as we say here, panda positivity, well-meaning cheerleader for the team. And I don't understand what the difference is between when I'm playing with my friends and I'm playing with randos. Any ideas, you guys?
No. Maybe because you have expectations of how your friends play and kind of sort of try to vibe with them and play with them and adjust the way you play to them.
But
and
no,
playing against
they are the
randos.
ones that are like, Lem, it's okay.
Yeah.
I don't.
Maybe, but maybe it's because you play because yeah.
I don't know.
It could just be the comfort, how comfortable they are playing with you.
Oh yeah, I guess like if like I that might be my release of tension and annoyance from throughout the day.
I used to play Overwatch to get the rage out of me. However, it was so I stopped streaming it
Yes,
because I was so ragey.
yes.
But I was so ragey that my wife would constantly, after every match, be like, "Are you okay? Are you sure you want to keep playing that game?" And I was like, "But I need to get it out." I like, and so now I just bottle it up because I don't want to worry about my raginess. But I also play healer, which is another reason why Marvel Rivals is like a hit or miss for me. Like I cannot play too much Marvel Rivals because for some reason I play a healer. And I shouldn't ever play a healer because I put way too much pressure on myself and then I beat myself up over it.
I think that's part of it too. Like I feel like when I'm playing with my friends, I'm letting my friends down. If we don't win,
if I feel like I'm letting someone down, I just
yeah.
I don't mind if anybody else lets me down, but if I can't be the one who lets others down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That might be it.
It kills me.
I did start back up on Honkai Star Rail. I am in the Banana Nana phase of it, and I thought that Surf was just being Surf when he said it is insufferable, it's terrible. No, he was toning it down.
It's awful.
I did not mean to get you into so many live service games, and if you can figure out a way to, I think you're doing a pretty good job of balancing it.
Yeah.
But I had to cut things off. I had to be like, I cannot do this. I cannot play Genshin. I cannot play Honkai Star Rail, and I cannot play Wuthering Waves together.
Yeah.
It's too much of my time, and I have a problem that if you put out a limited event that's never going to return and I miss it, I am less inclined to go back and play your game.
Ooh.
So the second I put down Honkai Star Rail and I missed their limited game, limited time event stuff and story stuff, same thing with Genshin, I no longer care to go back because I've already missed stuff that I can never get back.
There's limited time story in Honkai?
Not story, no. There's events. But
there are events, but like in Genshin there's story events.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I won't never be playing Genshin.
Yeah. Albedo had his own story in 1.0 and they've never rerun it. But as an example, like if I ever get that kind of if I ever fall into that, because they use it as a FOMO to keep you playing. But if I miss it, the second I miss it, I'll never go back. So the thing that they use as a FOMO can also be the thing that pushes me away.
Ooh.
If I miss it.
Okay.
I'll also say, like, I tried I played Genshin when it first came out for maybe like a month and a half, maybe a bit longer. And I tried maybe a year ago to get back into it. So first there's what you're talking about, the you miss out on events, freebies, story that you can't get back, right?
Hmm.
The other thing though, and this is true of all of them, there's so much power creep in gotcha games because that's
Mm.
how they get you. That's the FOMO is you've got to get the newest character because not just because it's your waifu or your husbando or whatever, but because they're the most powerful character and you need them to keep up with the upcoming content. So of course I missed all the new characters when I came back to Genshin. I had the original cast plus one or two pulls,
Oh,
and I just ran into a brick wall in the
yep.
story, what I literally could not beat because I did not have any of the meta characters. I didn't have, hell, I didn't have the right characters with the right elements just to get past the story. And I was like, I'm not hitting my head against the wall against this. I'm done.
You're
I'm
missing
out.
mechanics there. Like with like Dendro and stuff like that. Yeah. Um, the and Honkai Star Rail following that power creep. I've got my favorite team, and they've power crept my Kafka team. Right. I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
if I were
I
to
love
go back,
Kafka.
Kafka would be Kafka. I've got Kafka, Black Swan, and uh
There's a
can't
lot
remember
of
my other
choices for
character.
the third con on that one,
Acheron.
but
I think it's
Oh
Acheron.
yeah. Oh yeah.
I
Yeah.
have,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I have that team. I have a feeling that if I go back, they're gonna power crept them so much that I'm gonna need a different a different team, and
I
I don't want a different team. I love my dot team.
I
Huh.
don't know where you stopped, but I can say that there is at least one story boss where Dot just does not work as a mechanic against him. You will get your butt handed to you.
I have two. I have my Silver Wolf team, and I have my Kafka team. And if neither one of those teams will work, I don't want to play.
And I hear
Now,
Wolf is coming back.
Silverwolf is in the next banner, yes.
I've
and
always
then
wanted her.
Withering Waves is doing it a little bit better. Are they perfect? We're in 2.0. I cannot tell you if they power crept. Nothing feels power crept. The game still feels pretty fresh, and I'm not feeling like I have to roll on every character. I've got a pretty good team. Also, the amount of like when you get a new character in Genshin and Honkai Star Rail, the amount of grinding you have to do to get those characters up to par. By the time you're done with it, as a free to play or low spender, they've been power crept.
Hmm.
Is the big issue I have there.
And
Yeah.
I did just want to add on to that because like when these games first come out, we talk about power creep in there, but there's still that caveat like, oh yeah, Kafka got power crept, but she's still perfectly viable for story. She's still perfectly viable to do but you're just not going to do the end game stuff with her because you can't do the end game. And you're like, okay, that's fine. I'm only worried about the story. No, at this point we're talking about no, they can't even get through the story
Yeah.
in terms of power creep.
Yeah.
Huh.
But currently Withering Waves, like they gave you a gadget where you don't have to have any like so like in Genshin you go to these areas, they've got these puzzles that require you to just get on a bow, amber, some type of bow character so you can shoot the things, and you have to switch off that, which takes a very small amount of time but still is annoying. In Withering Waves, they just give you a gadget. You can have whatever team out you want. They'll give you a gadget that lets you shoot instead of you having to pull a gun person out, which is really cool.
Ooh.
Their amount of grinding, I find myself in Withering Waves going, I have leveled up all my characters. Let me just level up another one of the characters I currently have without going, and I can do some pre-farming for characters that are coming out. I'm not getting every character. I don't feel like I need every character. And the characters I get the characters that I love the playstyle for, and the action RPG vibe of that game is just still synergizes with me really well. And I find myself a lot of times going, I don't need to farm anymore, but I'm just going to farm because I need to spend my stuff. But I don't need to. There's no one. None of my characters are behind. And I get that more often than not in that game, especially towards the end of a battle pass.
Yeah, I have a big trip coming up. This week. I'm driving from where I am to Pittsburgh, which is I think 16 hours. And so what I'm doing right now is trying to determine what am I playing. You know, I'm not going to be playing for 16 hours straight, but
Yep.
what's going to be the best thing for me to play? And I think Dreamlight Valley is out because their Star Path, their Battle Pass, it's got 14 days left with it, and I'm on the last thing that I need to do. Like literally, there's 15 of this one thing that I need to do, and I'm probably going to get it done tomorrow on stream, right? Because it's going to be a Wednesday, and we have to check our Dream Snaps. And so I'll probably do that one thing on stream, finish the Battle Pass, have that done. But I kind of want to see, because I have no idea what's going on in Honkai. Like I have no idea what the stories are going on. I have a tiny bit of an idea because for Wuthering Waves, because I saw Fate play. And Infinity Nikki, they're pulling out all the stops this Friday. So a whole new everything this Friday. So that is...
I saw that announcement. Like they had the fireworks thing going on, right? And they're giving away a whole bunch of free outfits and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Infinity Nikki is one of the games that I probably would have gotten into, but at the beginning of the year, I'm like, I'm just not taking on any new gacha games at all. I'll ride Honkai until I'm sick with it, which might not be that long from now, honestly. I can't do a gacha anymore. Even one that seems to be not too consumer unfriendly.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
Nikki is.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
Not yet.
Yeah.
I will caution because when Honkai first came out, Star Rail came out, it was considered very consumer friendly because they gave away Dr. Ratio for free. It was a 5-star character, very strong. They were giving away passes left, right, and center. You could go into a banner with like 100 passes easily as a free to play player.
Yeah.
And they have their player base now, and they just don't do that anymore. Zenless Zone Zero does. The other game by the same company, the new one.
Yeah.
Infinity Nikki is doing that. Infinity Nikki is a different company, so they're not following the same rules. They may continue to be good about this. Wuthering Waves is another one. It's a different company. They have their own rules. They might continue to be much more friendly to consumers. But with gacha games, you always have to be careful that they're good to you now, but you know, a year from now it might be FOMO everywhere.
Yeah,
Sorry, we should probably define that. We keep saying FOMO, but there might be people listening who don't actually know what that
if you don't know what FOMO is, it's fear of missing out, which is actually a legitimate sales tactic.
Yep.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's not a great one, but it is a legitimate recognized.
It's a scummy tactic.
Yeah.
It's very scummy tactic.
Yeah.
It's I mean, now that battle passes are starting to go back to buy a battle pass and you don't have to worry about it expiring, but battle passes, Fortnite's a great example of that. Like battle passes expire.
Yeah.
Is an example of FOMO for anybody who's like, I have to complete my battle pass. Gacha has that all over the place, not just with because you don't know when these character banners are going to run again, right? FOMO,
Battle passes.
Yep.
Go ahead. Sorry.
You just got to learn how to handle your level of FOMO when it comes to.
Yeah,
I've gotten better.
I think all three of us gotten better, but I also realize like the next generation, the generations behind us, are still kind of catching up. Not everyone. Obviously, some have caught on, but I think in general there's still a lot of that. I'll also say battle passes are double FOMO because first is that you have to buy it. I'm not going to get the characters that I want if I don't buy it. But then two, once you bought it, you're like, oh man, I spent the money. I've got to max out this battle pass, which means you're playing the game even if you're done with it. Like mentally, you're like, I'm logging into Call of Duty because I got to do, or Fortnite, because I got to get to the level 100 with the battle pass. Otherwise, I'm wasting money. I hate this. I wish I was doing something else. But
the best way to handle that is I won't buy a battle pass until I've completed it. For Fortnite.
Yeah, a lot of games do let you do that, which is I agree that's the best way. If you're going to spend, make sure that you've already finished it.
Normally, that's how I do it. Like Fortnite, I don't do it that way, but most of the games that I play now, that's how I'm doing it.
For the younger audience that's listening, honestly, you're going to have to get burned. I hate to say it, but you're going to probably have to get burned on a FOMO for you to understand where your tolerance is for FOMO. Like no matter how much we can sit here and tell you about it, like you're probably gonna need to get burnt on it, and you're going to get burnt on it. And I feel bad that you're going to get burnt on it, and that they're going to do something like that. But you're probably gonna get burnt on some type of FOMO thing, where you're gonna want to complete something. It's not gonna complete it, and you're going to have wasted money or lost some time investment.
Yeah.
And it's going to happen.
Fate taught me that.
And hopefully, you learn from it.
When we first met, he taught me that. When we first met, he taught me that. It was on Star Rail. It's like, just get your teams. Stop trying to get everybody.
Stop trying to get everybody. You're not going to be able to level them all up and play with all of them. Find who you like and go, I will play this team. And then once you get them fully leveled and fully maxed out, then look to pick somebody else.
Yeah. I'm starting to now get to the point where, like, in Honkai, Star Rail, I'm just leveling people. If I happen to get people, I happen to get people. Like, I felt like I really wanted to complete my my follow-up team, but I needed an electric follow-up or whatever. Is it electric? I don't know. Boogie woogie oogie.
Are you talking about Jade or?
Yeah.
But then you need super break
Quantum.
follow-up. God, man. Super break.
So
Oh.
I pulled to get Jade this time, and I got Jade and I got her light cone, and I'm like, cool, I am done. Like, I have my follow-up team.
Yep. That feels good when you get the character and the light cone.
Yeah.
Like you've managed to pace yourself well enough that you're not pulling on everything, that you can eventually get the character and their light and their weapon.
Yeah.
Feels so good, because then that character really actually synergizes. And then once you get to that point, you're like, okay, so I'm not going to invest in a character until I know that A, I can level them up, and B, I can get both their stuff.
Yeah. And she's right now at like 70 something. Her light cone is at 70 something. So
Yeah.
like she's good enough I can do story. You know.
I mean, Jade's a good character. Yeah, you don't need her fully maxed
Yeah.
out.
And I found with her, I pair her with what's Bartender Boy?
Bartender Boy, you talking about
Healer,
Wolverine?
fire guy?
Wolverine?
What's that?
Fire Wolverine?
Yeah, Fire Wolverine. Yeah. Somebody is screaming at their
You mean Gallagher?
Gallagher. That's it.
No.
Yeah, the guy who
No,
smashes
no.
watermelons.
Yes.
Fire Wolverine.
Fire
Who the hell's this
Wolverine.
Gallagher. He's
But-
right. He's the guy who smashes watermelons. I don't know. It's Fire Wolverine is the guy you're talking
Yes. So I put
Okay.
them together on a team, and I just had, because her not her ultimate, but her special, if you use it, if you put it on somebody, it takes away their life, and I didn't realize that at first. And so I was putting it on somebody, and it was taking away their life. So I put it on him since his attacks heal himself. And I'm sure somebody else thought of that. I thought of that on my own. I'm a genius.
Yep. Limb exclusive.
But all that to say, there are still several games that I want to play that I'm hoping that I will get to play this year. I am still planning on doing a lot of the games that we talked about before. But I found some new ones too that I really want to try. And I was talking to somebody the other day, and they think that I'm not gonna stick with the cozy vibe this year. They think that it's gonna be not gonna be
What?
exciting enough for me.
I think you get plenty of excitement offline.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. But also, I watched a video, and this is not in our notes to talk about, but I watched a video the other day about looking at your style of play and matching, like, just regular play. Like, how did you play as a kid, right? What were your things when you were younger? How did you play? And looking at that and matching up the games you play. If you're going to buy a game, make sure it kind of vibes with that. And I found that I am a collector builder. When I thought about it, I'm a collector builder. When I was as a kid, I loved GI Joe. I had a part-time job when I was 10 years old working at a veterinarian's clinic, and he would slip me some money under the table. So every week, 10-year-old Len would be getting $100, and I had a GI Joe collection like you wouldn't believe. Like just collecting and then building. Like I would take the non GI Joe stuff, just like Andy in Toy Story, like making the cities or making the battle area with the non GI Joe stuff. So I'm a collector builder, and that's very very present in one of my favorites, which is Disney Infinity. And that's also very present in a lot of these gotcha games where I'm collecting them, but I'm also building a team. And so
I love Disney Infinity.
What's that?
So much. I love Disney Infinity so much.
So good.
I loved it. I loved it so much.
So now, as I'm looking at games, as I'm seeing my friends play these games, I'm like, oh, that looks like fun, but is it fun because my friend is playing it, or is it fun because I'll like it? And I've been able to step back. And again, this is just recently, and hold off on buying certain games. So
I go through phases.
What's that?
I go through phases.
Yeah.
I will be super big into survival, and then all of a sudden I'll be big into strategy. So like I assume when Civ 8, Civ 9, whichever Civ's about to come out, when that
7.
comes out, I might jump into 7, 30, 12, whatever. You might see me jump into the strategy side of things.
Yeah.
I feel like for a couple months I jumped heavy into shooter. I go back. I just bounce between like survival, shooter, puzzle, sometimes roguelikes. Love me some good deck building roguelike games like Monster Train or Rogue Book or Slay the Spire. Love those. So if any of those come out, you'll probably see me jump on that for a while. But yeah, I go through phases. When Monster Hunter comes out, you're gonna see me probably not be on Once Human as much as I normally am, because Monster Hunter is probably going to be my life for a while.
Oh, is Once Human one of the games that you can? Because I started playing that one too. Is Once Human one of the games that the battle pass goes away? You still are completing the one that you bought, or you have to complete the battle pass?
It goes away, but they give you a lot of time. Normally, I have the battle pass done within a week, and it's like 12 weeks long.
Oh wow. Okay, so I still have some time. Because I'm playing.
You should be.
I'm playing it really slow.
You should be. Once we get you over in the next couple of days, you will get through that battle pass pretty quickly.
Okay. But that to say, one of the other things that I did as a kid, I still do to a degree now, is comic book collecting. I absolutely love Marvel lore, like the comic book lore. Not just like the MCU or anything like that, but I go back and I have like old issues of Power Pack, which so few people might remember Power Pack. That was my jam back in the day. Kids get bestowed superpowers by a space unicorn. It was my jam. But to see that there's a lot of comic book games these days, and I'm only a Marvel guy. Have you guys played much in the comic book genre?
First,
go ahead. Yep,
I just want to point out real fast that everything before now has still been the introduction. We've still been talking about what we've been playing. This is when you've been playing a game for 4 hours and the tutorial concluded screen comes up and you're just like, what the heck? Just saying.
Not wrong.
So I will say that the first time I personally bought a comic book was on Marvel Avengers release, and I bought all 5 comics, and I got the exclusive New York City Kamala comic
That's very
on
cool.
release, which is really cool because that was the comic that they talk about in the game. That they have kind of sort of spread out on the walls. I actually
Yeah.
have a physical copy of that comic now, of Avengers versus the Sewer Lizards or whatever it is.
Yes.
And that was the first time I ever bought comics. Mainly because I wanted to know more about the game's lore
Right.
and trying to understand a little bit more about this new Marvel world. First time I ever jumped into comic books. So I am a Marvel fan, but I'm not as deep into the lore as everybody else. Like I did the whole X-Men, growing up. I
Yeah.
loved the X-Men TV show. That's sort of my extent, obviously on the bandwagon of all the Marvel MCU universe stuff. But I never dove into comics. Though, question
fine.
for you, since we're all fairly a little bit older, did you ever play a game called, was it like Comic Zone?
Oh,
It was a Sega
Sega
game,
put that
a
out.
Sega game, and you
Yes.
played through a comic book.
Yes.
How was that? That'd be
Um,
really cool to see come back.
I might actually have that on Steam.
Oh,
I
okay.
might.
I didn't realize it was still on Steam.
I had to look, but I know that I just saw it recently, and I don't remember because I have emulators.
Okay.
So I might have it there. I don't remember, but I remember seeing it recently. But I know that they have a Genesis collection too, which is where I probably saw it. But I do know, yeah, Comic Zone. I know of it for sure, and I know I
thought
played it.
it was a real fun concept. I think that'd be a really cool roguelike too to do. Hopefully we'll see a game like that where you're playing through a comic book.
Yeah, I mean, I think that they also had, they had this one game where you were a video game person for a hire. Like something happened to their main character and they had to get like a fill-in, and I don't remember what system it was on. I want to say it was on Xbox. Sound familiar to anybody?
Definitely an interesting concept, but not something that sounds familiar to me.
Yeah. But I've been playing comic book video games for a long time. The original, one of the original X-Men platformers, what I loved that. Oh my goodness.
You talking about the one on the Genesis?
Yes.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah. Loved.
Difficult.
Yeah. Not easy.
I've done a lot of comic book games.
Yeah.
Very much. I mean, technically, you could throw Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles on.
Absolutely.
You know
100%.
that old game. Scott Pilgrim versus the World is another one. The Marvel the card game. I was really
Overpowered.
Marvel Heroes,
Snap.
Wait,
missed that too.
the
but
old one or the new one? Because
No,
Snap is
no,
pretty much the new Overpower.
No, it's not. It's not an actual. It's not like a PvP card game. It's the one that came out right after Avengers was sort of going on a decline, where Midnight Suns.
Oh, yes. Yes. Yes.
Oh,
that was
yeah, I did
good.
a really good one. Yeah.
I guess I don't think of that as a card game, but yeah, I get it. I
Yeah.
understand why.
I did.
Any one of the ones where you Ultimate Alliance. Any one of those.
Oh.
The first two Ultimate Alliances were fantastic. The third one was good, but not nearly as good as the first
I wish
two.
I could find Ultimate Alliance on PC still.
Yeah, the Activision didn't renew the license, so it got yanked from all the services.
They had the
I might see
X-Men one too.
they had X-Men Legends 1 and 2 as well. Yeah,
Yeah.
those
I need to do
don't
Lego
exist on
ones.
mine either.
I haven't done any
They really do.
Lego games yet. I need to probably do those because those are always fun.
The Lego Avengers one is really good.
Yeah,
I mean, all of them are
Avengers.
really good, but the Avengers one is really good.
The superheroes 1 and 2. 2 was really fun. But when it came to DC, that is where I learned the most about different characters was the DC Lego games. Like I played I played some of the Batman ones, but the villains. Oh, I absolutely love me some DC villains. So
It's funny though, because I consider the Lego DC game at least I think the third Batman one, the one where it's really the Justice League.
yeah,
I think that's one of the weakest Lego games there is. Which is still fine. The Lego games are all pretty good all around. But
yeah. For
that-
me,
that
the
one in
weakest one was
particular
The
feels weak.
Incredibles.
they shouldn't have called it The Incredibles. It was really Lego Pixar, where they had like all the Pixar movies.
Did they really?
Well, kind of. It was Lego Incredibles, as in that was the story that you followed. But yeah, you could have Dory running through smacking syndrome around or whatever. So.
Oh, really? I didn't get far
Uh-huh.
enough in that. Maybe I'll give that another try.
God, if they ever make a Lego, not Lego, but if they ever make a Marvel gotcha game, man.
Oh, we in
I
trouble.
mean,
Oh my
well, I mean,
God.
there's several on mobile,
But if they ever make one that's like an open world Genshin Wuthering
oh
Waves
yeah,
esque one,
I know what you mean.
where you're sitting in Avengers Tower, then all of a sudden you want to go to upstate New York and go to the X-Men's mansion and like physically go into that place.
I
Well, there
seriously
was-
hope nobody hears that from Marvel, because y'all about
Well,
to
that
get all
was
my money.
No, I want them to. Marvel, please.
That they did have that for a little while. It was a Diablo style game, but they did have it.
That was Marvel Heroes.
Yeah.
But Heroes was good. Don't get me wrong. Please, people don't. But I want like an action RPG,
Oh, yeah.
multiplayer. I want Ultimate Alliance, but in more of a third person over the shoulder than a top down or
you
a
you
side.
want what the Avengers should have been in the multiplayer portion of it.
Yes and no. I don't need it to be a looter shooter. I loved the Avengers game, but I didn't
That's
need
what
it to
you
be a
get.
looter.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's the game it should have been, not the game we got for the multiplayer. As we talked about last time, the single player was great.
Right.
I'd also like it to be more cartoony, like X-Men's '90s cartoony.
That
Yeah.
would be fun,
Realistic.
yeah.
Right,
Yeah, that'd be good.
I mean, heck, they could even bring out they could literally bring out a Legos version of it. Like if they just did a Legos gotcha action RPG, like world exploration game, I'd
Ooh.
be all over it.
Ooh.
And honestly,
think
you
my
could
wallet
see
hurts.
Fortnite and Epic Games switch. Like they've got a lot of those IPs. They could, like, how many Marvel characters do you have as skins? All they got to do is literally just make an open world game for you to go run in. Like take what they have
For Lego.
from the Lego Survival,
Yeah.
right, and make it an exploration game and just put in the worlds. They've got most of the IP. Epic could literally pivot to that so easily.
They are. Here's the thing. There was talk, I want to say even 3 years ago, of them making a Fortnite MMO. And if they made that with all the different IPs they have, there's a good chance I would not need to play another game. Now I would, but that would fulfill a lot. Fortnite already ticks a lot of the boxes that I have.
Give me save the world, except for take away the guns and give me X-Men abilities.
Yeah. Save
Right,
the
like-
world.
Make it instead of zombie invasion, make it an Ultron invasion with his little bots.
Oh my gosh, that's all they need to do.
There's a creator mode. Go and make it happen.
Yeah, that's very true.
Okay.
And Lim's done. Lim is
Oh.
going to have really great dreams of a game that hopefully one day we will see before
Oh,
we're
my
all gone.
Gosh. But yeah, I really love my superhero games. I have Marvel Spider-Man 2, and I've not played it yet.
What about a cozy superhero aftermath game where you're going around as like a pressure washer simulator and you're just cleaning up after all the crazy fights that
I can hear your smile, sir. I can already hear your smile. But did you know for Shadow Warrior 2 or Shadow Warrior 3, they have that where where you're going in and you're cleaning up all the mess that Wang made.
Wow. I love it.
Oh
make that a survival game where you're just some person that's just trying to survive some kind of new Marvel Avengers invasion.
You build your house, and then a Chitauri warrior crashes through the wall, and you're like, "Oh, come on! I just built that."
Dude. Basically,
And then
we're
then you have to spend the next like 10 minutes filling out forms at Stark Towers to get reimbursed for the loss of your material.
we're basically playing a damage control game. The Department of Damage
That would've-
Control.
yeah.
You can make that a roguelike.
Oh my gosh. So here's the thing, Fate. You know how in the movies they said they had the Department of Damage Control? That was its own comic book series for a while.
Oh, that's cool.
Where it was stories about the guys and gals coming in after and doing the cleanup after these major fights.
They were trying to make a TV series out of it too in the Marvelverse, but
were they really?
Yeah, it never got made, unfortunately.
I wonder if there's any good dramatized and is there like a comment section for your podcast for people who can just comment on it?
Depending on where they watch or listen.
Just come to Limbs or sort of streams, anyone or YouTube's, whatever you want to go. Comment on if there's any good dramatized audiobooks. I would love to get into a drama because so there's a dramatized audiobook called Superpowered.
Yes.
You can get it non-dramatized either, but I have listened to that book. That technically 5 if you count the little novella in it. Listen to that probably 5 times a year.
Wow.
It is what I listen to on the way to work, and I just started over that Iron Druid Chronicles or the Dresden Files. Like I bounce between those 3, but Superpowered is phenomenal if you love like just that whole aspect of just having a superpower. But Superpowered is incredible.
I know that Marvel did a podcast series where it was basically the stories. It was dramatized stories. Our friend Lady Snipeshot told me about it, and it was the one she told me about was a Rocket and Star-Lord story. And
that would be cool.
I started listening to it, and it was really good. By the way, shout out to Lady Snipeshot and Space Dad. They are having their second. Actually, they just had their second baby Snipeshot. We're calling them Double Shot now, because they have 2. So, yeah.
They
I
have
believe
a what
the
if.
proper name.
What's that?
Go ahead. Okay, go ahead.
They have. Oh, go ahead.
I was saying, go ahead.
they have some what if series on Audible.
Ooh, do they really?
They have
So-
Wanda Maximoff and Peter Parker were siblings, and Mark Spector was host to Venom, a Moon Knight and Venom. What if?
Ooh.
I will also say they're not dramatizations, so they're not exactly what you're looking for. But the 2 Squirrel Girl novels are actually really, really good.
I mean, if they have a good,
No, they're good audiobooks. They're both on Audible.
Yeah.
They're by Shannon and Dean Hale, and I think they have two readers for both of them too, for slightly different perspectives.
Yeah, the readers.
Highly recommend. They're
Readers
both
really
very
make
good.
an audiobook. Like if they have really good readers, then they make an audiobook so well.
Bonus, they're also fairly
Ooh.
short. They're about 8 hours long each.
Okay.
I have a credit left on Audible.
I'll pimp this out while I'm here too. If you have a library card, there's a lot of good services online like Libby and a couple others like Boundless. Also check them for the audiobooks because the libraries actually do have a lot of audiobooks that you can check out for free if you have a library card in America.
What if Loki was worthy?
Never happened.
Oh, I have a credit. Okay, so there's. All right, hold on. There are a couple of. Okay, yeah. 11 hours. Oh, I love me some Loki.
Don't mind us for those that are listening us on the podcast. We're just sitting here purchasing stuff. I just bought Squirrel Girl.
All right.
2.
Which what if am I getting, you guys? Which what if should I pick up?
I haven't read any of the What If ones. What If is honestly not my jam, so I can't recommend either of those. Any
If
of
you
those.
don't like, I understand it's Marvel and stuff, right? And but seriously, superpowers.
All right. Let me look up superpowers. I'll look up.
Grab at least book 1, right? There's 4 books and like there's a book that's actually between book 3 and book 4 that's Corpies, but superpowers.
Oh, it's by
Which-
Drew Hayes. Okay, I've read one of his books, not from this series, but a different one.
Oh,
if
what
you
is
listen to
this?
it,
Add to library? No charge? Okay.
if you get the dramatized one, the dramatized one's a whole lot better, but
Oh wait. Okay.
BG, don't fall prey to phishing links.
Drew Hayes is great. It was such, man, I would love to hear more about this world he built. TLDR, which you learned really quickly in the first part of the games, the world has just been inundated with people with superpowers, and there are also people who so in the pecking order it goes people with superpowers, humans, and then people who are powereds. So they're not superpowers, but they're powers because they can't control their abilities. It just randomly happens. And you deal with that dichotomy of people who are kind of sort of going to college with that and learning to try to be heroes, because there's a way to become a hero to help fight crime and stuff and help. Yeah. It's that I don't want to give any more away other than that brief synopsis. But it's really good.
Okay, I'm gonna look at it. I'm gonna look at it.
Listen to a little bit on the way home today.
Ooh. Maybe.
Oh, but only after you're done with the podcast.
All right. So I think that the game that I was looking forward to, but now that I've learned about my play style, I was looking forward to Wolverine.
I'm still going to play it.
And that's not to say that I won't enjoy playing it, but maybe because I haven't played Spider-Man 2 and I've had it for over a year, because I haven't felt compelled to get God of War Ragnarok, which is, again, that third-person action-y, I haven't felt compelled to get those yet this year, or in the past couple of years, I guess. I might just wait. I'll watch Fate play it and then forget by the next week what happened. So when I play it, it'll be fine.
What about Rise of Hydra? Looking forward to that at all?
Too.
Yeah.
The problem with both of these games is we know virtually nothing about them. I know we got one teaser for the Rise of Hydra, but like Wolverine, I don't think we haven't really even seen anything about it.
I saw the trailer.
We don't know the gameplay.
We haven't seen anything for the gameplay now.
We don't know what kind of game it is.
No.
I'm going to guess an action hack and slash. Just guessing.
I'm gonna guess Cozy Sim. You actually got away from Department H, and you're building a life for yourself.
Build a cabin. This is that where he's trying to become secluded. So you're building a cabin out in the middle of Canada. You're dressing up. You're trying to make sure you don't look like Wolverine. So you're throwing on some flannels, maybe some snow jeans.
Yeah.
And just trying to survive out in the wilderness. Yeah. No, I'm down with that. Every once in a while, you'll wrestle a bear.
Yeah. Yeah.
Actually, I'm changing my vote. It's going to be an Otome romance harem game, where it's going to be, let's say, 5 or 6 women. You can easily find like a dozen women from comics continuity to do it, and it's going to be you as Wolverine having to pick out which one is going to be your waifu, and then they're going to die horribly to Sabretooth at the end. But sorry, spoilers.
An X-Men dating sim. I'm
Yeah.
down for that.
The good ending
Coming
is where
soon.
you save them from Sabretooth.
Yeah. Coming soon.
So that's my prediction. That's what the Wolverine game is going to be.
Little do you know, I'm gonna go with the part where I hook up with Cyclops after dumping Jean Grey.
That's the secret ending. I'm also going to say the Rise of Hydra game. It's going to be a Balataro clone.
I really thought it was gonna be like more of like an instrumental based, like
Ooh, Rock Band, yeah.
not Rock Band. The what is it? The drumming game. But yeah, kind of like Rock Band.
Yeah. Oh, I can see that because it's not necessarily Hydra as the terrorist group, but they are done. It's done
Hydra
with
is
that.
the eight-legged drummer.
Yeah. Or it's a K-pop group. They call themselves Hydra because they keep losing these members, but for some reason they lose a member and they get two more. Eventually, there's like 30 guys on the stage.
Yeah, they did. It's a game about teaching you how to hydrate.
Oh,
also true.
Because you're dancing so much.
I like BG's interpretation, though. It starts out as a boy band of 3 people, including the drummer, the octopus Hydra drummer, and by the end of it, there's like there's more of them than there are BTS or one of the other big K-pop.
And it's all about getting your master copies back.
Oh, we're going Taylor Swift route. Okay.
Yeah.
I have now exhausted my music knowledge, by the
way. This is perfect. This is the perfect game.
We have
and
this.
I don't know how we've jumped the shark so bad. I am sorry for those that are listening.
Wait, are we supposed to be talking about something?
Oh my gosh.
We're eventually going to get into Marvel Rivals, but
I don't think we are. I don't think we are.
That segue a while ago.
Yeah,
right now I'm trying to figure out if I want to get with Jean Grey or Cyclops at this point. I mean, they're both good choices.
They are very good choices.
You guys missed the obvious Colossus.
Or dump Rogue for Iceman.
Iceman does swing both ways these days.
No.
All right.
Just to annoy my girlfriend who might actually hear this, I'm going to hook Wolverine up with Gambit. And not just any Gambit. It's going to be the Gambit from X-Men 97 when he's lounging in the kitchen with his
no shirt.
Oh, no.
That is the secret. That is the true secret ending of the Wolverine. I am going to know when my girlfriend listens to this podcast because I'm going to be flooded with messages in Discord the second she hears this part.
All right. Oh, you guys, I really want to keep going. I want to talk about Marvel Rivals, but we're gonna have to talk about it.
We're almost like 2 hours in, right?
Yeah, we're sitting at about an hour and 20, hour and 30. But yeah, and I got to get home because Fate's got to walk me through how to take care of my once human server.
Yep, I sure do. Maybe depends on how tired I am. Well, we'll talk. We'll talk later. We'll talk about it.
Yeah.
Did we make it through the whole thing without having to make Lem bleep anything for real?
For real? I think so.
I think we did. I'm pretty sure we did. I definitely put on my camp counselor hat.
I'm keeping it in right now. I just want you to know that.
Thank you. Oh my gosh. I think that this is absolutely one of my favorite things to do. I look forward to chatting with you guys all the time. And everybody here is always so busy that it's tough to do. But if you want to catch these gentlemen out in the wild, where can we find you guys?
Twitch.tv/badgamerelite. It's chat room.
It's actually true.
It's not a lie. You'll definitely see me there. I will be there.
It's not a lie. It is not a lie. But this is where these guys do not feel comfortable shouting themselves out or promoting themselves. And I can't fault them for it because I am terrible at promoting myself too. So I'm going to say, you make sure you go to twitch.tv/FateWalker and just, guys, just bathe in the awesomeness that is Fate Walker.
Come talk to me. Come talk to me. I'll be happy to talk to you about everything and anything that I know about. Ask me questions. I'm there for you. So yeah, feel free to come chit chat with me, especially if it's about any of these podcasts. Definitely down for talking.
Yeah, and
I'm definitely gonna come into your chat and just ask you all sorts of Marvel Comics questions repeatedly.
I will also say that I am not very PG there, so like sometimes I do curse.
Here's the thing. It is the friendliest cuss party I've ever been in.
It comes out of me. You'll see moments of frustration, but I'll eventually control myself. But there are moments.
There are moments, but here's the thing. Like I go into some other streams, like if I'm checking out to see, to see, am I gonna like this other person? They're playing this game that I'm interested in. Am I gonna like them? I go in and it is just overboard.
Sometimes
it's overboard. But I come into
when
yours.
I'm not tired streams. Yeah.
But I come into yours, even in your tired streams, even in your frustrated streams, I don't feel like it's, oh, I need to seem like I'm big and bad about it. No, this is just an expletive because of the situation.
Yeah. A lot of times, I have my crazy moments, but a lot of times people come into my chat and they give the comment of, I just like to have you up on the background. I don't know what it is about your voice, but I just like hearing your voice for some reason, which I will go back and listen to my own VODs and I hate my voice, but I appreciate that other people find some enjoyment out of it. So a lot of times my chat's not moving a lot and I'm a lot of times talking to myself, but if that's your vibe, I'm there for you.
I love it.
All right. Next person. Stop talking about me.
Now, Surf doesn't stream a lot, so you have to be on the lookout for him.
Once a month.
And no schedule. Try to figure it out.
Middle of the day.
Follow, hit that notification button. Be ready for it.
I also don't announce it. So like even if you're in BG's Discord or something, there's not going to be any Surf is streaming. So
nope. Surf doesn't like to be pinged. He doesn't like to be.
No, I hate pings.
Yeah, he doesn't like any of that. So out of respect for him, I leave it out. And then I'll be having lunch, and I'll be going through the list of who's streaming on Twitch, and I'm like, he's been going for 40 minutes already. He's almost done.
I make sure to do it at times that are inconvenient to you, BG specifically. I will also say, however, I opened a Blue Sky account for myself. So I do exist on one social media platform as of now. Last time I did not. Now I exist on one.
Everybody go follow him right now.
It's bluesky.app/Suraph. SURAPH. It is the only social media I exist on other than LinkedIn. And I'm not telling you which one that is. It's not Suraph.
It's Billy May Hayes. Billy with an IE.
Isn't he dead?
That's what you want them to think.
Then why are you revealing my secrets?
I'm sorry.
Don't ping me. I will ban you. No, sorry. You brought this up, so this is one of my biggest pet peeves is when I'm in a conversation with someone in Discord or Slack or whatever. It happened at work all the time when I was working. You'd be in a conversation and it'd be active, and the person would be like, at my name. I'd be like, I'm right here. Why the heck are you pinging me?
Literally here.
I'm typing as you're typing to me. You don't need to ping me. Please don't. I'm gonna drop this because you're gonna have to start bleeping if we can.
You should have never let me know that. Oh, I hope we never have a.
I will ban you.
You will, because I will be the type of person that not only at you, but I'll start with your name, and then at you.
I've had that happen before. dear Mr. Suraf, or Mr. Suraf, we are implementing this thingy, blah 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 blah. Please input at Suraf. I'm like,
I'm the guy in Teams and Slack who won't come in and be like, "Hey, how are you doing?" I just come in. I go, "Here's the thing. Here's the next step." Like I am very bam, 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 bam. And then after we get through that, I might ask you how your day's going, how you're doing. But like, a lot of times, if I'm pinging you, I'm direct with, I have an issue, or here's how we solve that problem I just saw you talk about in this other thing. I will direct message you. I won't come out with a hey, how you do. Like I don't start my stuff with greetings.
I appreciate that. Actually, legitimately, I appreciate that. There's nothing worse than when you're at, well, there's a lot of things that are worse, but there's one of the particularly bad things is when you're at work and someone's like, hey, and they just leave it at that. And you're like,
nope, no preamble. You do not get preamble from me. Nope.
Yeah, tell me what it is you need. Don't waste my time.
Kind of like how this the start of this podcast went, where if you guys want to hear the preamble, it'll be on Only Limbs.
Only Limbs. Oh my gosh.
Only Lemothy.
Where we talk about a crazy state-of-the-art popcorn hack.
It's
He's
pretty,
not lying.
Yeah, that is actually really true. We might put that as tier 3 Patreon.
There you go. Enjoy that.
Yeah, we have to, okay. All right.
Okay. We're stalling. We're stalling now.
Yeah.
Probably my wife is looking at me like doing the wrap it up thing. I'm getting the finger spinning.
Hi, Miss Faye. I am sorry.
They say hi.
And I'm sorry.
Wave. And did the finger thing.
And I'm sorry. All right. All right, you guys. Hey, thanks for being here. You can find me as Bad Gamer Elite almost everywhere. Bad Gamer Elite. Go check it out. And as they always say, what were we talking about?